Greetings, Ani, bonjour, mon ami. Which reminds me of all sorts of stories. Damn dog doesn't want to quit bothering me. Anyways, the Garden River Braves. This is part 3. And I want to sort of lay out who the Braves were. And I'm going to do this, probably take at least 4 segments, because we had the vets that were playing when I came up. Darren came up, Steve Nolan, Teddy Nolan, Kurt Kress, sort of were the rookies. Orville McCabe, JoJo, Rob Bello. And anyways, but we're going to do the vets first. And at the time, the vets are coming in and out playing. Some of them are, retiring and coming back and that wonderful stuff. But we got to start off with Rick Brains Nolan. Now, almost every one of us have nicknames. Some of them you can't mention on air just in case kids are watching, right? But like for myself, for example, Corbs, Joey Corbs, became the big guy. Nobody ever called me the fast guy, though. No, I didn't say fat. I said fast. First year with those goddamn Braves, between the beer and the pizza, the tournaments, etc., 50 pounds. I gained 50 pounds in 2 or 3 months. Obviously, I wasn't running too much. Anyways, Brains, getting back to Brains, he was a character. Everybody on this team's a character and's got some interesting stories and stuff. But one of the big ones, as well as being our brains behind our organization, he, one year, him and the missus got into a little bit of a tiff. She basically threw out his stuff. Now, at that time, we had just, not just, we had left all these nice blue unis that, are baby blue, baby blue legs, dark blue at the top. I love those uniforms. And I don't know if mine was in the mix. But anyways, after this little tiff happens, Lorraine tosses out his stuff and she sets fire to it. Now, this included trophies, ball uniforms. Terry Nolan, who lived next door, managed to save a few, shove them under his porch. But the joke next year or the following year was we needed not only fire insurance on our uniforms, we also wanted to get asbestos ones just to avoid this problem in the future. Anyways, Chaz Berry. I think I mentioned Chaz already, and great third baseman, great hitter. He is part of the Murderer's Row. I think Rod Tebow tagged us with that. There was Darren, Charlie, Barry, Gary Bello, and myself. And our dugout was probably not in the best of places in the old field. And the 4 of us were swinging that bat so hard that, bang, we were pulling it into the third base dugout. And everybody was, you duck behind a little bit of screen fence there, but luckily nobody got injured. And I think it became a contest at some point to see if we could do it again, right? Hit the ball in there. And, of course, 4 good-sized guys. We probably could have been the front line on our football team, which we never developed, but we could have with the speed and grace of all, like my buddy Clayton Shawana described me. He says, Joe, you got all the grace of a wounded elk, which the boys love because they giggled like crazy, right? Oh, and then the next guy on our vets list is Stan Sass Nolan. Or Solomon, Stan Sass Solomon. Anyway, Stan nickname became Sass. It was part of Assassin. And I guess before I started, he probably hit a few people. Stan was you know, a good thrower, and he had some little bit of junk on the ball, but he didn't like people crowding the plate, right? But when I was first starting, he told me a lot of great stories about, the different guys. Watch out for this, or and especially the other teams that we were playing, right? This guy likes to throw this way, and stuff like that. And at the time, I didn't realize what a close cousin we are to Stan, and I think that's why he took me under his wing and told me lots of stories. Merlin Zach, Johnny's brother, Darren's uncle. One of the things I remember about Merlin, they had Billy Thundercloud and the Chief Tones at the opening of the Rankin Arena. Anyways, Merlin is one of our. We've got our own band too. I'll tell you about them later. But he went out and partied with the Billy Thundercloud and his group, and so he's a little shaky the next day at the ball field. Out in right field, doing a pat in there, pop fly, puts his hands up, buck, right on the top of the head. And of course, we laughed at him. That's one of the things. The guys laughed when guys got hurt. Sort of somewhat sadistic, but nobody got hurt terribly. At least I don't remember. I mean, we're all paying for the injuries now. But anyways, Merlin. Bobby Lesage. What a speedster. Played second base. And Bobby had this big DNR glove, and he was like a vacuum, man. Pick up anything quick and whatnot. Explosive. Bobby, I don't think Bobby understood fear. Bobby was a smaller fellow on our team. He sort of brought that average weight down to about 240. But he may have been $160, $170 when he was playing and whatnot. But Bobby, he was the straw. He stirred the drink, man, and he got guys on the other team excited. He got us excited and whatnot. And quite a competitor. He used to be a truck driver, so he'd show up to games, jump out of the truck with his work boots on, and come and play ball, man. Jimmy Juice Williams, affectionately known as the Christmas Lunatic. Anyways, Jimmy, one of the reason he was called Juice, good pool player and whatnot. So Juice, anyways, was trying to catch Darren when Darren was first learning how to pitch. Gooley North League. I can't remember. It was a woman umpire. Her last name was Turner, and her brother Johnny and Chuck also were umpires. But I remember her coming over to Rick, and she's saying, "Rick, you got to get him out of there." I'm going, "Who?" He says, "Jimmy. He can't catch Darren. I'm going to get killed back there." And at that time, Darren was a little wild. He didn't have the control. I still remember, a guy from the Gooley North League goes up to face him, puts the helmet down real tight, the one with the big ear flaps, and his shoulder is up that high, so he's peeking, right? But, of course, we're chirping him and stuff like that, but Darren in the early years, he hit me in the thigh one time, and I had the thread marks plus Dudley written in my thigh. Of course, I couldn't jump out of the way very fast. Now, Potsy Bello. Potsy's first name escapes me, but I can just see him, right? Because him and Gary Bello are brothers. They'd show up to the game. One have his left sock down, the other brother would have his right sock down. They were quite I think they got dressed in front of each other and used each other for a mirror, right? But another great guy. I still remember him. We were in a tournament in Sagamuk, and we're of course bugging him about. Potsy was a single guy at the time, and he's trying to pick up these babes, and we're chirping him about, "Hey, Mom's not going to like that. Mom told us to watch you." He finally got mad, and at some point he convinced his, I think, maybe 12-year-old son, Joey, at the time, Joey Jacobs, Joey Bello, drive him home from Sagamok. Nothing terrible happened, no accidents and stuff, but it was just part of the thing. Vinny Agawa. Vinny was another little guy. And when we say little guys, we're talking about 170, 180 type stuff. I mean, the boys on the Garden River team were big. And nobody shied away from the buffet table. Nobody shied away from the beer at all. I think that was part of the prerequisites. Drink lots, eat lots, and party hard, man. The Vinny, though, center fielder, him and Gary Bello shared those duties. Gary was he was pretty fleet-footed for a big guy, but not in Vinny's category for pure speed, right? But Vinny, what did he do the one time? Oh, I can't remember all the crazy things Vinny did, but diving in under the... Oh, I know what I wanted to say. Him and Bobby Lesage were leadoff and second hitter. And when they both got on, chances of a double steal were pretty good. Both of them quick, put the ball in play, selfless. That's not any of what our later versions guys would say. Hey, Unc, I can kill this guy. Let me swing away, blah, blah, blah. Anyways. And, oh yes, our next veteran, Rick, Baby Brains, Natick. So we had both Ricks as our coaches, managers, or whatever, and Baby Brains was the moniker hooked on him. And another great pool player, and constant, entertaining, chirping type guy. Guys you love to hate. And yeah, an entertaining fellow. Johnny Zach. What can I say about Johnny? Darren's dad, part of the Zach brothers. Actually, the three brothers, John, Merlin, who I mentioned earlier, and Gerald Zach. And they were also part of our world-famous band, John Zach and the Four Skins. Because Jimmy Juice was in there as I don't know. Anyways, but we rocked on to these guys. They were at the local parties and places. And again, the more beer you drank, the better they got. Better we got, too. I mentioned Gary Bello. Gary Bello. It's amazing to watch this man play. Big guy, fucking arm like a cannon, anywhere from the field, center field, etc. Just ding, right on, like it was line shots to the bases and stuff like that. And one of his things, I remember we were down in Flint, Michigan. We were playing exhibition game against police guys down there, and it was a boxing club slash sort of athletic club. I think the fellow's name was Bird. I can't remember, but he was in the boxing realm. Anyways, we have a field or thing, and the poor guys, they were slow pitch players. So at that time, Darren's still learning his craft, and nobody's coming close to touching him, right? And anyways, Gary catches the ball behind his back in center field. The fly ball goes out to center field, and you could hear those fellows, the officers, in that southern drawl, eh? You all guys brought in a goddamn ringer? Where in the hell do you get this guy? And, of course, it was all in fun. Everybody's laughing. And, of course, sharing beer. Gerald Zach, the last of the Zach brothers. Gerald was one of the... he was the dependable guy, the solid guy. Good hitter. And that's one of the things about the Braves, and we learned it from the older guys, is that... at times when we reminisce with the fellows from the Sioux, so you goddamn guys from Garden, you couldn't hit a ball that split the plate, but anything outside, up, low, out of the strike zone, you guys were nailing everything, right? And so it was a compliment, and it worked out, of course, in some places. Let's say there wasn't too many disciplined hitters. Johnny Zach was probably our best best all-around hitter, always putting the ball in play. The other guys, everybody had their ups and downs, and Sean in different places. But anyways, that's the quick version. Oh, and while I remember, Joni Natick, she's actually Johnny, Gerald, and Merlin's sister, and she became our scorekeeper. And Auntie Joni, Jonesy, great to be with her all the time and listen to her perspective and whatnot. When Darren came back from playing down south, and Darren, this is part of the trivia. So, Darren's act trivia. So anyways, Darren's telling me what he's going to throw me in this game. We ended up on different teams for whatever reason. And he's telling me what he's going to throw me. His catcher, Stevie Nolan, who we'll talk about in the next version, Stevie's telling me what he's calling. So the first game, okay, swing at those spots where Darren's going to be thrown. I got a line shot double. The next one, Buck, again, hit it hard because everybody's telling me where the ball's coming from, right? I'd like to lie to you a little bit and say how wonderful I was and, blah, blah, blah. But sometimes I'm honest. Anyways, I hit another line shot. Buck, the poor, I think it was Flipper. I'm not even sure. But anyways, this shortstop just couldn't handle the ball. It was hit hard and boom. And I make it down the first. Joni gives me what do you call those things? An error, or gives an error to that. So I didn't get the other hit. And whatnot. Then, in the next game, it was either I think a day later or something. Well, yeah, are we still on, buddy? Yep. Steve's still telling me the calls. Fuck, I couldn't touch nothing. I swung in the spots. I'm sure that bat or that ball went through my bat at some point because I'm going, Stevie, where in the hell did that go? Didn't I swing in? Yeah, he swung in the right spot, but boy, did it ever break at the end. At the end of the game, I said, Darren, I thought you were going to throw me blah, blah, blah. He says, yeah, but I had a perfect game going, Corbs. I couldn't let you get a hit. But anyways, all done with a sense of humor and great playing. So stay tuned for episode 3 coming your way shortly.